Hey everybody, I'm Ben Gromicko from InterNatchy, and you're at Natchy TV, checking out a webinar today. And the URL for all of our webinars, which are all online, interactive, and free, open to everybody. That's Natchy TV, NACHI.TV, and we have a bunch of people registered and attending. So just some logistics. You should be able to see me. I can't see you. You should be able to hear me. And Rusty, he's on too, but we can't hear you. So to be interactive, feel free to ask questions. At the bottom right corner of the GoToWebinar system, the screen popped up, and it's probably at the bottom right, there's like a chat window. You can chat your questions in there, feel free, and we'll be starting real soon. So I just want to give everybody enough time to log on and make sure that their systems are working and you can hear us and see us and all that good stuff. If you're unable to attend or you need to go because you're doing an inspection, feel free, go. Every webinar on Natchy TV is recorded and it's archived, and we have them all on our YouTube channels and on Natchy TV, the website itself. And let me take you there. Let me just make sure I have everything on my side. If one of the attendees could just say hello, just to make sure everything's working on your side and our side, that'd be fantastic. Thanks, Rick. Thanks, Dan. That's awesome. That's good. Thank you very much. So if you go to Natchy TV, NACHI.TV, there's a TV there. See, I'm an old fella. Those two pointy things coming out of the top of that box, those are antennas, rabbit ears we used to call them. That's how we used to watch TV back then. But it's actually a cool thing to do webinars, because we get people from all over the world attending a webinar, and it's a lot of fun to join in one place and learn something about the home inspection business. So if you wanted to register for a class and you can't attend, that's okay. Just register, and it's recorded so you can watch it later. But we have a huge list of special guests, and today we have Rusty Craig from Easy Home Inspection Software, and he's going to demonstrate the software and talk about a few other things, and at the end of the webinar he's going to show you where to get his software and take a look at it if you're interested. And I'm going to give Rusty the controls of the webinar. And Rusty, I'm assuming that your software isn't difficult because of the name, right?
No,
it's
no.
Easy to use.
So yeah, I'll just kind of give you a brief overview of our company and kind of how I got started.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, we started in 2008. So I was a home inspector from 2005 till 2008. And at that time, I had gone shopping for software, and everything out there was just really expensive and really complicated, and it took forever to learn. And I have a tech background. I started using computers when I was 12, back in '92 when Windows 3.1 was popular. I built my first website when I was 13. So I've had a technology background pretty much all my life, and it was just a really good fit, to design a software product. I felt there was a need for something that was simple, easy to use, and that somebody could just get on and within an hour or two know the whole system and start writing really good looking reports. So that's kind of the niche we fill. There's a lot of great products out there. Some products they have all the bells and whistles, and for bigger companies that really want kind of business management, a bunch of other things in their software, that's great. We kind of target new inspectors and inspectors that have been creating reports like, with a written checklist or handwritten notes, and they're frustrated and spending a lot of time in evenings doing reports. So we kind of target that audience. So yeah, there's a couple different things I want to talk about,
Sure.
About report writing and the methods that we have found work best. And in the last 10 years, we've talked to literally thousands of home inspectors, and there's kind of a common theme when people call us, and it's that they want to do reports more efficiently. So they want to spend their evenings with their family or watching TV or going golfing or whatever they want to do instead of sitting around for hours and writing reports. And we've had a lot of experience, with users like that. And I feel like as a company, our goal is to make a software that is as easy to use as possible, but it still has all the features of bigger companies out there. Still makes a great looking report and does everything that you need to do for report writing. So, all right, I've just got a couple notes here. Today I'm going to focus on what we've found to be the most efficient methods. So there's basically 3 methods to report writing: desktop only or laptop, which is where you go to a house, you set up a laptop and you kind of type a report and use a digital camera separately, and then later you merge it all together. We have other inspectors that used to use a checklist, so they'd write handwritten notes on site, and then they'd go back to their home or office and kind of fill in all the information. And then there's hybrid reporting. It's what we call hybrid, and that's where you take a phone or tablet to a house and you can take pictures and do the majority of the report at the home, but then you are on site, and then you go back to your home or office and you kind of finalize it there. And then there's full on-site reporting, where you just take a phone or tablet, go to the site, knock out the whole inspection report, send it to the client from the site, and you're done with it. So for inspectors that maybe only do like 1 or 2 reports a month, they're part-time, they don't mind spending a lot of time on reports, they kind of enjoy it, then a desktop only application would work fine for them. If you're looking to grow your business and do reporting efficiently and the fastest way possible and save a lot of time, then hybrid and on-site reporting is the way to go. So one tip I have for brand new inspectors is that I wouldn't offer full on-site reporting from the beginning, because what can happen is you're not that experienced and you can go to a site, you are doing the inspection, and then you run into an item that you've never seen before, and you're kind of stuck. You've already told the realtor and client you're going to do the report on site, but now you have, some item that you need to Google or go on to Nachi forum and ask questions about, and you're kind of forced into a situation where you have to do a report that's incomplete or back out of your promise of the on-site report. So for brand new inspectors, I recommend doing like a hybrid method, where you can go to the site, do most of the report, but you tell the client or realtor, it's going to be available in 24 hours, or you can offer same day report and then send it to them in the evening instead of, guaranteeing on-site or something like that. For inspectors who are veterans that have done this forever and they know inspecting like the back of their hand, they can do full on-site reports and just knock them out very quickly with a phone or tablet. So can you see my screen up here, Ben?
We can, yes.
Okay, I just want to make sure. So yeah, I'm just gonna
window. It's a bit of a small window. If you could zoom in, if not, that's okay. But I see the tab New Report, Name Residential.
Yeah, I'm just looking for the zoom. I'm not sure where the zoom feature is on here.
If not, that's okay. Attendees can adjust the screen
okay.
to make it smaller or bigger. So
yeah, so this is just, this is an opening screen. I'm going to give you kind of an overview of our software, and then I'm going to show you how new inspectors and veteran inspectors use it efficiently to knock out reports really quickly. So this is the opening screen of our software. It's a start page. You have an option of new report or existing reports. For new report, you can see the available templates to choose, and you just click one, type a new report here, maybe the address, and then click create, and it starts a new report for you. I've already created a sample, so I'll just click on existing, and I'm gonna click open. So the first screen we have here is just it's a list of sections. On the left, we have report information, grounds, roofing. So all on the left side, you have sections. And then when you click on a section, you can see that they're is a header. It tells you your grounds. Then you have subsections: grading, driveway, sidewalk, walkways, retaining wall. And then within the subsections, you have items. And items can be a description item, which is just simple text, or condition item, which is text and images in a little drop-down box to show the condition. So if you click in an item, on the right side, you have a comment library. There's a local library, which would be comments that are specific to this item. So for grading slope, you can have flat. When you click it, it just adds the comment in there. You can click a condition item and the same thing, excessive debris, and then you can say something like, well, this comment has recommend cleaning the property prior to close, but if you type something in, you can have general comments like contact a general contractor for repair. So if you see something you're haven't seen before, you can type it in, and then you can click a general comment like contact an electrician or something like that. So we've separated comment libraries to have one specific to the item and then one that will show up on all the different items for the report. So all the sections are customizable. We have people that inspect electrical towers and vehicles and playground safety and a lot of weird stuff with our product. You can just click add section here and you can just name it. So just give it a name, click OK, and then you can click action and add a subsection. Then you can start adding items. So you can add a description, which is just simple text. You can add a condition item, which is text and images, or you can add text only, which is full width text, like a disclaimer or something like that. So I'll just do a description, sample description item, and then I'll just add a real quick condition item here. Spell check is automatic. It's acting kind of weird. There we go. So there's also the comment library, which you can access right here. And you can see for this one, we only have common items in there. You can add a new one. So I'll just type, new comment. Now add it to the local library. So once that's done, when you click this item, it's going to show up on the right, and you can add it to that item. So basically, step one is to set up your templates how you want them. Step two is to go through and set up your comment libraries so that they meet your needs, inspecting needs. And then you can go to settings, you can set up your company information. So here you can add a company logo. Your company name and inspector name will be hard-coded. So when you sign up for the free trial, you'll have that information entered already. And you can add your contact information right down here. You can add anything you want there. So a lot of inspectors add a license number, phone number, a link to their website or something like that. So also have conditions. You can adjust condition drop-downs to have anything you want here. You can add and edit and delete any of those. The appearance, you can change the background color of your headers, the text color, and some things like that. Language text is where you can change all the hard-coded text in reports. So if you're wanting to do reports in a different language, then you can actually type, instead of inspection report here, it might be Spanish or something for inspection report. That way, all the hard-coded text in your reports are in your language, and then you can add comments and type in your own language to create a fully custom report. The other tab is you can choose section position. If you want a really short, concise report, you can start one section directly after the last item of the previous one. And then if you want to separate it out and put new sections on a separate page, you would just click on Start Sections and New Page. You can choose to print or not print table contents, and then summary page you can put in the front or the back. Send report, you can, when you finish a report, you can send it directly to the client. You just fill out their email and click send and it'll send it. But this is the template. So when they receive that email, this is the email that they're going to get, and you can modify that here. Import is for users that were using our old desktop version and want to import all their templates into the new system. So new users won't have to worry about that. And default fonts, you can change default font size and type for the report.
So when you send the report, Rusty, is it a link to something, or is it a PDF? Does it convert what you're doing into a PDF? Or?
Yeah, it's converting your report into a PDF file, and then it's sending an email with that PDF file attached to it.
Got it.
So yeah, when you click send here, you just type their email address, and then you can type multiple email addresses here, and it'll send it to everybody on the list. And this text right down here is what you just saw under settings. You can change the subject, and you can change the email body on an individual basis, but it will pre-fill with whatever information you have under settings here.
And when the summary is created, either before or after the report, is that a separate PDF, or is it just one big PDF?
It's one PDF, and you can choose to have the summary at the beginning of the report, right after report information, or you can have it at the end, so it's the last item in the report. We have a lot of users that are asking us to separate the summary and add images. So one of our features on our backlog is to actually allow inspectors to create a separate summary page, and it includes images, and then they can just send that by itself, or send a full report with the summary.
Cool.
Yep, so I'll go through these items on the toolbar up here. New report is, you just click it, shows you your available templates, type in a report name and create report, and it starts a new report for you. Existing, it shows all existing reports you've done with a time and date. You can search those. You can open and delete those. If you have our older product desktop, you can import reports that were created on that in the past. So manage templates.
I have a question about that. Russ asks, do you see any updates coming for the original Windows version of the software?
So for the original Windows version, we are phasing that out because 90% of our users wanted a more efficient, a faster system with mobile and cloud. So we've transitioned from a Windows-only software to a cloud system with mobile support. And what we're doing for people that have the old Windows version, we have a desktop-only version available now that is just a cloud-based system. So we are still updating our desktop version, but it's just a cloud-based system instead of something you download on a desktop computer. And the cool thing about our new system is the desktop version, it is our new system. It's what we call the web app. It's very similar to the older one, except now it has a cloud infrastructure, and it communicates and synchronizes with mobile devices. So ideally, people that were on the Windows or desktop only version, they can switch to the new cloud-based system and use a desktop only version on it. It's $99 a year for updates, and all updates are included in that. And I think that's a reasonable price for just a desktop product. And if they switch over to the desktop, the cloud web app, and then they want to kind of get into on-site reporting with mobile, our mobile devices synchronize with that. So we can upgrade the accounts very easily, and then they can just get on, download an app on their phone and start using, the phone in conjunction with our web app system.
Wow, it sounds like anybody who's using the original Windows should move over to the cloud-based app. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And even
we launched the web app in January this year. We launched Android and the web app. And then I think it was March or April, we launched iPhone and iPad compatibility. And it's been extremely popular. We've had so many people that have switched over, and they're loving it. They're just super excited, and they love the new system. And the majority of feedback we get is just overwhelmingly positive about it. So
that's great. And just like you said, you could, if you just want to do the desktop, you can, but you still have this option of going mobile. I have another question, if you'd like.
Sure.
Can you upload video attachments? Douglas asked.
Not yet. So we haven't added video capability yet, but it's something that a lot of people ask for, and we plan on adding it in the future. The way we handle updates is we send a poll out to all our users, and the first poll is like a feature request poll. So users can just say, hey, I want this feature, and what we end up with is a huge list of features that everybody wants. And then we take those features, and after the feature request phase, we have a voting phase. So we list all the features that were requested, and then each inspector or each user has like 5 votes. They can vote on the most important 5 to them. So we end up with a list of the most requested features. And then since they voted, we have a priority of what they want most. And then our goal is to implement the best, the ones that are most voted and that are the easiest, So if we have a feature that's number 1 and it's extremely hard, and then we have number 2 feature that's like super easy, and it will take us a day or 2 to add the feature, we'll do number 2 first. And we'll slowly work on number 1, to get that implemented. So we have, I think our number 1 requested feature right now is the ability to have a customer sign a pre-inspection agreement on site or get an email or something like that. And so we plan to integrate document signing into our system, so that way they can just have the customer sign right there, they get that over with, or they can shoot them an email, they're going to e-sign it, and then have the pre-inspection agreement knocked out. And another feature we get a lot is just more templates. So we have a residential template right now. It's obvious that we need to add more, and we're definitely going to do that. We have plans for wind mitigation and 4-point and commercial and mold, and yeah, we have a lot of really cool things that are happening. Yep.
Cool.
All right, so under manage templates, you can see the different templates you have, and you can click those. You can share it with somebody. We have a lot of schools that use our system, and they set up a custom template for their school. And then when they have students, they just share the template with their students for like a 30-day free trial, or if they sign up. And that way students can go through, use the whole system in class, and have the exact template that the school uses. So you also have remove template. You can just delete a template if you want. Get templates, if you delete a template, a default one, and you want to get it back, that's what get templates do. And then when we add templates like commercial and 4-point, this is where they'll click to get those. When we update and add those to the cloud system, they'll just click get templates, and they can download new ones. Create template from current report. If you start a new report, you call it commercial. You can modify, you can delete sections, you can delete items, add items, move stuff around, and fully customize it. And then you would just click create template from current report to name it. So the one we've been working on right now, I can just type a name here. So I could just type commercial, and it'll create a template called commercial. And then when we hit new report, that commercial template's there, and we can start a new report off of it. You can also edit templates. So I can click commercial template and edit it. And when you're editing a template, you'll see in red letters up here, hey, this is a template. So this is meant to show you the current report that you're working on is actually a template. Any changes that you do are going to be done to that template. So our old system used to use files. You save a file, you save as, and you put the file somewhere on your computer, and then you have to find it later. Our cloud system is all completely automated. So whenever you type something, it will save it automatically. You just add a section, it'll save it. If you delete something, it'll save it. And it's all auto-saved. If you delete, like if we delete exterior here.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
You
it's
sure?
gonna ask you. It's gonna ask you if you want to delete it. But then right up here, you can see the restore item.
Yeah.
And it's gonna say, do you want to restore exterior? And you click OK, and it'll bring exterior back. So you have a little bit of leeway there. If you're deleting reports, it makes you type do it so you don't delete something on accident. So the idea is just, create custom templates, get those set up, and then start doing reports off of them. The print is just a print preview, and it brings up the report. So you can see we have a cover page with
nice.
a logo, Yeah, I have a company inspector name. Here's the information that we typed in there. So this is the area right here you have full control over: property address and the property photo. And if you've enabled table of contents, it's here, and then you can click around and move to different sections. This report's blank. I'm going to fill out a section live for you here in a minute just to show you how that works. Let me show you one more thing while I have that. So once you have your report open, you can print it on a printer for hard copy, or you can just click download here, and you can actually just download the PDF file. All right, so for items, you can also add images by clicking here. I'm going to show you the mobile app and how to add images and kind of synchronize everything. So the idea is just fill out report here. You click different items. You can hit the tab button. It'll bounce down to the next item. So you can start in the first item, hit something, hit tab, and you can go down through these really quickly. You can hit multiple ones. It'll add them consecutively. It just keeps adding, whatever you click, it adds it to the end, and you can just tap, tap, tap and add multiple issues or multiple comments pretty quickly. If you have an item that has a ton of conditions, and you can actually hit, issue 1 and then tap something and then hit enter and type issue 2 and put it in there. We have a lot of different methods that people use with our software, and it's pretty flexible on how you want to list different items.
And you can edit on the fly, right? And
yeah,
save it in the template?
So you can click in your report here and you can edit the text.
Yep.
For the template, I'm actually modifying a template right now. I forgot I had a template open. But when you're filling out your report, you can modify, edit everything on the fly. Is that what you're asking?
Yeah. What if I wanted to edit like a common sentence that I always put, but on this one house, maybe I should tweak it just for future reports, just a little bit more. Can I improve on the fly the template or just the report itself?
Yeah, you can do everything on here on the fly. So if you insert a comment and you see that's not what you want, you can go in a comment library and you can find it right here. Yep, and then you can actually just modify it.
Got it.
Then you hit add to local library and it'll overwrite that one. So,
thanks.
Yep. All right, so that's pretty much an overview, of the software. It's pretty self-explanatory once you jump into it. I haven't showed you the move arrows. So we have grounds here. If you want to move that down, you just hit the move arrow. If you want to move a subsection down, you just click this header. You can move those down or up. Same thing with items. You just click in the text box and you can just literally move them around. You can go to the action bar for any subsection, and do a few things. So here, if I click grounds and I click the action bar, I can add a subsection on the fly. I can duplicate this, and I can delete it. Same thing with a subsection. I can add an item to it, duplicate it, or delete it. So if you have a template where, there's a few different ways you can handle your templates, but a lot of inspectors will have a template that has 5-bedroom if the average is 3 or 4. So what they do is they just open the report, they go to, bedroom 4, bedroom 5, they select it, hit action, and delete the extra bedroom, and then they have the report ready for that inspection. Same thing with basement. If a house doesn't have a basement, they can just click that and delete it. And you can do all that pretty much on the fly.
Yep.
So that's the desktop. This is the full desktop software. It's standalone. You can use it on any web browser on Windows and Mac that you have high-speed internet on. And it works by itself. So if you want to do desktop only, this is a product for you. But like I was mentioning before, like hybrid inspecting and mobile inspecting is really the way to go. So I'm going to jump into the web app and show you guys how that works.
I have a question from Ajit related to this. He asks, for the desktop version, can I install the software on both my desktop and my laptop computer. At times when I'm not close to my desktop, I can enter the report into the laptop and then send reports through the Wi-Fi or hotspot. You're talking about the syncing stuff, the benefit
Yes.
of.
So the cool thing about a web app and a cloud system is that you actually don't download it. So you would get on any computer. So if you have 5 desktop computers, you could literally get on any one, go to a web browser like Google Chrome or Internet Explorer, you log into the web app and you have access to all your reports, all your templates and everything. So you could be on one desktop computer, start a report, everything auto saves, shut that computer down, walk over to a different computer, log in, and that report will still be there. It all synchronizes. And a few more benefits of that is, or one major benefit is if you have a computer crash, you don't lose all your templates and comments and all that. So we've had people that had a locally downloaded software and they've worked years creating stuff on it, and then basically the computer crashes and they lose everything. And it's really sad when that happens, but if they don't have a proper backup system for a local hard drive, then it's a possibility. With our system, we've never had anything on the cloud system that was lost. Our servers are very good. We use one of the biggest servers in the world, so it's not like a mom and pop server. We have pretty much the best out there, and all the databases are backed up. All the data is backed up. We've had inspectors delete, their entire comment library and then call us up, and the programmer is able to go back in a database and restore that information. So it's really neat what you can do with a cloud system.
Cool. We have another question.
Sure.
I think you answered it before. Is the Texas report template included in the software?
It's not included. It's not included now, but we have plans to definitely add that because we get requested that all the time. And as a company, we're kind of in a phase right now where it's growing exponentially. So we've always been Windows only, and we created like a really simple desktop only product. With the cloud system and mobile support this year, the interest and the growth has just skyrocketed. And at this point, we're just finalizing the release of the mobile apps and everything because it's 8 months old. It's a relatively new app, so we're getting a bunch of feedback on how to improve it, small tweaks to make, to make it faster and make it more efficient for the users. So we're in a phase right now where it's very stable, and we are just tweaking, everything for performance. And then very soon, probably within the next couple of weeks, we're going to start adding a bunch of new features based on the voting and things like that. So
that's really great to hear that you're listening to your users, your clients. I know you're going to go to the mobile and demonstrate a little bit there, but maybe you could show how. We have a question about pictures on the desktop version and also the mobile app.
Sure.
I'm sure it's easy to add pictures.
I'll just go ahead and there's when you click add image, there's add image and there's add and edit. Yeah. So I'll just click add here, and basically you just select. You can hold control on your keyboard. You can add multiple ones, and that will just upload those to the cloud and add them to that particular item.
Great.
Yep. So if you just want to add a picture and don't want arrows or text or anything, you click add. If you do want to add and edit, then what you can do is click add and edit, and then you can select a few of them. And when it gets done uploading one, it'll just pop it up, and you have some editing options here. So you can add arrows, you can add circles, you can use a line. You can change the color to basically anything you want here. You can rotate images, but be sure to do that before you add all this stuff because the edits here are separate from it. It'll mess everything up. So if you're rotating, be sure to do that first and then add edits. These are undo and redo buttons. So if you add something you don't want, you can hit undo here.
Great.
Caption. You can add a caption, and that's going to appear underneath the image. So if you remember, when I clicked add and edit, I held control and I added 2 images. When you get done editing the first image, it pops up the second image, and then you can just do the same thing. So, yep, there's
Cool.
that. So that's how to add images here. All right, so this is a Android emulator. I didn't know how to share, or if it's even possible to share a webinar on a phone and desktop at the same time. So I just installed the third-party Android emulator, and I have our software installed on it. I did a little bit of testing, and it seems to work really well. So this is our product running on an Android operating system on a PC. So when you log in, the first screen you're going to come to is kind of like the web app home screen. You have create new report, and then you have open existing report, and you can select a template, and you can click continue. It'll ask you to put in a name. And then it's going to start a report just like it does on the web app. So I'm going to go ahead and open. Actually, when you log into the mobile, you can hit get data from the cloud. What that's going to do is it's going to download all your templates and your comment libraries from your web app to your mobile device. You have to be connected to data or Wi-Fi to do that, and it just downloads all that information. So I've downloaded my templates and everything, and you can see that now the commercial template that I made earlier as an example is now under my create new report templates list here. I can select that and create a new report from it. Also, you're going to get a list of all the existing reports. It doesn't download all your reports onto the mobile because we wanted to save storage space, but what it does is gives you a list of them. So we have a list here, and then once we actually click one, like sample, and click open, then it will download it and open it. So it looks like I have a newer version on the cloud, so I can choose where to get that from. I'm just going to get the latest one, which is actually on the cloud system. All right, so here in the mobile app, this is a main screen. It looks very similar to the web app. You have a list of your sections here. You can drag these. So I'm using a mouse right now, but on your phone, you would just hold the screen, touch screen, and use a finger. So you can rearrange your reports here. On the right, you can see this is the action menu. So you can delete the section, rename it, duplicate it, or cancel. You can add a new section right down here. You can click that. So if you run into something on the fly and you need to add a section, you can do that there. It looks like I added one earlier. And basically, you just click around. So let's go into electrical, service type, weatherhead. This is a subsection, and then it lists all the items. So electrical service type, I can click that. And then right here, we have a text box, just like you're texting somebody on a phone or tablet. And down here, we have the comment library. So remember, we added a comment to the library earlier. You can see all the local and the common ones here. So if I just pop into this item, I could literally just click that and it adds a comment. Electrical service material. Let's do, yeah, probably aluminum there. Number of conductors. So you just tap these, you select a item here, and then when you hit it back, it auto saves. So we've just done the service weatherhead, main electrical panel. So you can type here if you want to. You want to type it in manually. And then on mobile devices, you also have voice recognition, which is really cool. So if you open an item, a condition item, you tap into it, there'll be a little microphone on your phone or tablet. You just hit that, you start talking, it'll do text to speech. So literally you can just walk around, click different items, hit the microphone, talk into it. It does text to speech here, add your text. You can also click stuff to add, different comments here. And then you hit back and auto saves. So I'm gonna really quickly just fill out this information just as a sample.
Sure.
And then I'm gonna upload it to the cloud. So these are all description items that let me show you the difference. This is a description item. All it is very simple text. There's no drop-down box and there's no image here. It's just to describe something, you know, siding material, type of shingles, things like that. I'll just do Gromicko here. All right, so now we're gonna go to a condition item here, and let's just assume there's like a scorched wire. Looks like I was working on this item earlier. So you click your condition, and that's a safety issue, so I can hit the drop down and click S here for safety. I can check this box to add it to the summary, and then I'm gonna select add an image, the image icon there, and then it gives me some options. I can take a picture, take an edit, or add from gallery. So if you just want to snap pictures really quickly, that's take a picture. If you want to take a picture and edit, you'll take a picture with your phone, and then it pops up that same window you saw in the web app where you can add arrows, circles. And if you want to, you know, take all the pictures separately from your report, you can just walk through the home, snap all the pictures, and then use add from gallery. So I don't have a camera because this is an emulation. I don't have a camera on this phone device. So I'm gonna just add from gallery. And then I downloaded one picture as a sample here. So we can pretend that we just clicked add and edit and snapped a picture of the electrical panel. I'm gonna click edit here just to show you what's available. Right here on mobile, we still have captions. So there you go. You can still add arrows to it. You can adjust the length, the angle, you can drag those around, kind of put them where you want to. You can add circles and squares. And then you also have the option of changing the line, making it thicker or skinnier. You can change the color. And then I think this changes opacity. Yeah, you can actually even change the opacity. So that's just a few edits, you know, circle, square, and arrow will cover just about everything. You can also add text. If you want to add some text. We can make that red so it stands out a little bit. So you can add text directly to the item. Then you can also crop and rotate the image as well and flip it. So this little icon here is flip vertically. So really you kind of have like a full toolbox, you know, of edit image options there. So we've added an image. My idea is just to walk through the house, tap on things, add comments quickly, use voice recognition to throw comments in there, snap pictures. The pictures get added directly to the item you're working on. So when you create the report, you don't have to add images later or upload anything. And it really is an efficient and fast system. So we've added an image to that, and we've completed this item. So now, once you've done the report, you kind of have two options. If you're a new inspector and you want to do the majority of work on site and save a lot of time, but you don't want to send it on site, then you can click right up here and you could click upload current report. So upload current report is going to take the report from your mobile device and it's going to upload it to the cloud system. And you have to have data, so 3G, 4G, or Wi-Fi, you know, and then you'd upload a report to the cloud. So one thing I wanted to mention about mobile is it runs completely offline. You don't have to have internet to use it. You can go to a house, start a new report, and use it with no data, no Wi-Fi, no internet connection at all, and do the entire report. And then once you get to Wi-Fi or data, you can upload it or send it to your client. So that's really important. You know, some systems don't work offline like that. So it's one good thing. So once you're done with the report, you hit upload report, and it's going to send it to the cloud. So if you remember earlier under electrical, that was blank. And now I've just simulated going to my mobile device and filling out that information. So now I'm going to go back here to electrical. I'm going to hit refresh. And all the information that I just filled out on mobile is now here. So you can, oh, it looks like I forgot the last two items. You can fill out the report on site, upload it, come back to your home or office, open it up again, and finish it and then send it to the client. If you want
And
to
I see
do
that sports picture there at the
what,
bottom.
that right there?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the picture that I added on mobile and edited.
Yeah, cool.
Yep. So just go ahead and open this back up here. So yeah, if you want to do hybrid style, you can do part of a report on site, upload it, finish it at your home or office, review it, and then send it. Or if you want to do the full report on site, you literally can just click create PDF file. And you have two options. You can download the PDF to your phone and it's going to generate the file, download a PDF to your mobile device, or you can just send it directly to your client by typing their information here, or email, and you click email PDF report and it just shoots them an email with this subject line, this body text, and then attaches a PDF report file. So,
nice.
Yep.
Douglas asked, are the items marked safety, are they also marked in red? I think that's customizable.
Thanks for mentioning that. I was gonna bring up a prep preview and show you guys the electrical section, and then I just completely forgot. So let's go to the report, click a prep preview, and then, so these are repair serviceable, and then the safety one is marked as red.
Yep.
And then you have the picture here. So
nice.
What a lot of inspectors do is just set them all to AS to save time, and then when they find a problem, they change it. You know, every inspector has a different method. I'm sure you have an opinion on that. What's your opinion on that? Do you mark everything appear serviceable, or and then you call out discrepancies, or do you just mark each item individually?
Yeah, in my inspection reports, everything is documented as inspected and described, and then I report defects. And when I have any kind of defect, even if it's a dirty air filter, something minor, it's red.
Gotcha.
Just because I got caught that I was using color in different ways for different types of defects,
right,
and using it for the really serious stuff. So that's just a personal preference. It's really up to the inspector, maybe even up to your attorney who reviews a sample report of yours. And yeah, I like your software that it's all customizable. You mentioned all the color and even the background and all that stuff. So that's really nice.
Yep. Yeah, definitely. You can do that under settings. If you click conditions, you can click at it and then you just change the color right here. If you have if you want to use a certain one, you can type the hex in. So yeah.
Okay, so let's see. You want to wrap it up, and I'll look for final questions?
Yeah, definitely. So we've had a ton of users that switch from laptop, desktop over to a cloud and mobile system. And on average, they're saving about an hour and a half per report. And I personally called about 50, what I would consider power users when we first launched the beta version of this, just to get their feedback. And I couldn't believe it. When the first person told me, man, I'm saving an hour and a half, per report using this. And I was like, really? And I thought, man, he's exaggerating. And then the next guy told me 2 hours, and the next guy told me an hour. And I was just like, wow, they really are doing reports really fast. And there was a story from one of our users. He had used our system for years and had also used some other systems out there. And he said he was struggling to do 1 or 2 reports a day on a desktop, laptop style system and filling out reports later. And when he switched over to this new mobile app that we have, he's easily able to do 3 reports a day. And he can go home in the evening to his family and like do whatever he wants. So that's kind of, those stories are what motivates us to make our product faster and better and more efficient for the user.
Cool. Mike asks the important question: how much to download the software for the first time? And I guess maybe where do you go?
Yeah, it's 100% free for 30 days.
Nice.
And you can go to Easy Home Inspection Software is our website. You can watch a little explainer video and you can learn, look at the features and watch the full training videos, testimonials, but just click free trial here and it's actually going to take you to a free trial sign up and you get 30 days of the full system. There's no limitations. You can create full reports that you can give to your clients. It's 100% free and we don't even ask for a credit card. So literally just put your name and phone number in here email, and then you use it for free. If you don't want to sign up, you can just let it expire and nothing happens. You're not charged or anything like that. But what we found is that once people, log in, watch an hour worth of training videos and start using it, they love it.
Cool.
Any more questions?
Ajit asks, looking, any promotion for today, inspectors attending this webinar with you? Is there any special pricing or a special offer for InterNACHI members or our attendees?
Yes, so InterNACHI members get $100 off, and you guys sell our product in Inspector Outlet, and so you guys get credit for that. I would just recommend everybody, if you want to sign up or purchase, go to Inspector Outlet, buy through them, and then once you place your order, you get set up with an account, and you can start using it pretty much instantly.
Nice. Thanks for the $100 discount for InterNACHI members. We really appreciate that.
Yep.
Let's see. I'm looking for other questions. I think that's it. Rusty, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for taking time. I know you're a busy fella handling all of your software clients, and I appreciate you being being a player in the industry. It's really good for our inspectors to have options instead of just one thing to choose. And I really like your software. It looked really good to me. I made a ton of cash using PDFs in my reports. There's a movement out there where you shouldn't use PDFs because it's hard to read or something. I made a great living sending PDFs. So and the cloud-based system that you have is really good. All the syncing and going mobile, it's just excellent. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. I want to say thanks to you for all that you guys do. You offer so many resources to inspectors. It's pretty crazy. And you have sent us so much business that part of our growth is, can be attributed to you guys. So I really appreciate that.
Thank you so much, everybody. Thanks, Rusty. Thank you, everybody. And I'll talk to you soon on the next webinar. Bye, everybody. Thanks, Rusty.
Thanks.